Who's the best sportsman in the world?
David Gower, Ian Botham, Andre Agassi, Pete Sampras,
Boris Becker,
Des Lynam,
Ryan Giggs,
Ryan Giggs, Tiger Woods, Stephen Redgrave. You!
Thank you very much.
It's got to be Danny Kelly.
Oh, it's got to be the American golfer Woods, isn't it?
Lion Woods.
Lion Woods, yeah, that's brilliant.
I'm Danny Kelly and this is Under the Moon, Britain's fastest growing sports programme, and you're very welcome to it. Now you must know the drill by now. You decide what you want to talk about from the wide, wide world of sport. It might be serious, it might be daft, it might be anecdote, it might be observation. Football or frog racing, tennis or triathlon, show jumping or shove halfpenny. It's up to you. Get on the phone, we'll put you on the television. OK, here's the number, 0990 044 444. That's 0990 044 444. Get on the phone and tell us what you think. But remember our cruel rules of engagement. Be brief, be bright, don't be dull. And you can also get hold of us by fax and on our hugely popular website, where Tom Binns is right now.
That's right. To get in touch with the website, you have to go www.channel4.com. That's www.channel4.com. Inside the website, we have Colin Calderwood. There he is. Look, the man himself.
Come on, Tom.
Aye, now listen. You're an arse, right? And you play for a team of arses. All you had to do one thing, and that was beat Coventry, and Sunderland wouldn't have gone down. And what did you do? You cocked it up.
Tom wasn't playing.
That's not the point you should have been.
It would have been 3-1.
I suppose we've only got ourselves to blame relying on Spurs, Danny.
Yep, you have indeed. There'll be much more from Colin Calderwood later. Also here in the studio will be Bradford Bulls star player Abi Ekoku, and rocking pop star Suggs will be on the boot showing his support for this shower. And as usual, we have another Under the Moon exclusive as we reveal some of the pressures that getting to the cup final have brought on poor old Ruud Gullit.
Ruud, can you give us your autograph, please?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hey, that.
Ruud Gullit.
Yeah, and again.
Ruud Gullit.
Yeah, and again.
Ruud Gullit.
Yeah, and again.
Ruud Gullit.
And again.
Ruud Gullit.
Thanks. Ta. Just the one. Ta. Cheers, mate. Ta. Thanks, Ruud. Oh, Ruud.
What?
Ruud, me. Yeah. One more.
Yeah. Leave it. Second place, isn't he?
Yeah, and although Middlesbrough are down, they may just use this Saturday's cup final to go out in a blaze of glory.
One pass, two pass to
OK, to explain, that music is the unofficial opposition to Suggs' Chelsea record. COD heavy metal band Bon Jovi offering their unsolicited vocal support to Robson's raggedy-arse Red Army. More of that later. So, what's been happening this week? Well, of course, Borough and Sunderland went down. Coventry got away with it yet again. Michael Schumacher drove away from the other Formula One bods as though they were in milk floats. But what are we going to talk about? Well, the football season's finally come to a halt, so let's have the Under the Moon review of the season. We'll take all the congratulations of Manchester United as read, but what about all the other stuff? Who was the worst buyer of the season? Who was the worst foreign import? And who was the most underachieving team? The worst manager? And what was the worst managerial decision? Who had the biggest mouth and who was the biggest bore? You know the sort of thing, you get the picture. Tell us what you hated about this season. Let's get after some of these people. And while we're on the subject of worst, it is, of course, the Cup final record season. Later in the show, we've got two prime examples of the genre. But if you remember a particularly horrid football record, or any other sports record for that matter, that was rotten, then ring us up and let us know about it. If you can sing it, great. And if you can play it down the phone, even better. Your neighbours will be particularly pleased to hear Leeds at 2 in the morning. And what about the new Minister of Sport, our old mate Tony Banks? Now today, he suggested two revolutionary schemes to improve our standing in international football. Firstly, he got on an old hobby horse of his and suggested there should be a Great Britain football team, made up of players from England, Scotland, Wales and the north of Ireland. Then, and even more controversially, and I've listened to this, he reckoned that qualification for the England team ought not to be based on nationality, but on residence. He reckons if you live here, you're entitled to vote, so why not play for the football team? Anyway, here's Under the Moon's idea of what a resident England 11 might look like. And it would do pretty well, I imagine. Schmeichel in goal, a back three of Leboeuf, Adams and Bilic. You could play the England fullbacks Neville and Lasso as wing-backs, a midfield of Beckham, Keane and Juninho, with Shearer and Zola up front. All right, what do you think about these ideas? Has the Minister gone stark, staring mad already? And the Australians have arrived here, and Merv Hughes reckons that unless it rains, England will lose the cricket test 6-0. What can England do to prevent a whitewash? Plus anything else that you want to talk about. That's 0990 044 444. People, let's turn it into a telephonic torrent. So, with all of that to get through and much else besides, it's time to hurry along. So here's my first guest. Now, he is part of one of the very best defences in international football, which is incredible because domestically he plays in a much dodgier one. He's Spurs and England centre-half Colin Calderwood. Hi Colin, how are you doing?
Danny, I'm not England centre-half.
You're not?
England centre-half.
No, you're Scotland centre-half,
yes,
aren't you?
That's right. That's
right, of course. Otherwise I wouldn't be talking about what a great defence you play in. Well, all right, despite the defeat in Sweden, Scotland still has this astonishing defensive record in international football over the last 2 years. You've hardly conceded a goal. How's this come about? Not England, of course
no.
not.
Normally we try and get 12 people behind the ball, and not many referees have caught and done yet. I don't know how we've done it, but we've played San Marino and the Faroe Islands 4 times, so that always helps.
That's very self-deprecating, if you don't mind me saying.
Well, I mean,
come on, there must be more to it than that.
Yeah, we've got a very good team spirit up there, and we know that we're not the greatest team in international football, and we've got to work very hard for one another. The manager's very organised, and we go out with a willingness to work for one another, and fortunately it's saved us, plus an awful lot of good goalkeeping displays, which you won't believe.
Oh, I do believe, but the story of Jim Leighton is another whole miracle. Do you think you sacrifice a little bit going forward for Scotland's current defensive posture?
Well, we still try to score, but we haven't mastered that art yet.
No, you're still doing your O-levels in that,
yeah.
Aren't you? Listen, it's also been a pretty tricky season for Spurs. I'm going to ask you a big question. Are they one of the clubs that's now destined to be mid-table mediocrity forever?
No, I don't think so. Nowhere near it. Obviously,
been driving me nuts, I have to tell you, but that's a separate story.
Well, I think we've drove our manager nuts and we've drove ourselves nuts this season. We've had some performances which have been ridiculous.
18 defeats, more than anybody else in the league except Sunderland.
Yeah, well, that's another record that I'm sure the manager won't talk about.
No, all right then. There's been talk in the papers over the last couple of days of both Klinsmann and Gascoigne coming back to Spurs. Which one would you prefer?
Gascoigne.
Why?
Because I think he could light up our team and light up our next season.
All right, and in one word, who's going to win the Cup final Saturday?
Middlesbrough.
Whoa. All right, well, more from Colin later. My second guest is one of the new breed of players who are helping to transform rugby league in this country. Not a cauliflower ear or beer belly in sight, except perhaps my own. Just power, athleticism and skill. He's part of the Bradford Bulls team that currently tops the Super League. Yeah, he is the Bulls' mighty wingman, Abi Ekoku. Abi, how you doing?
Hi, Danny.
Good. Silly question first. How did it feel to lose the Challenge Cup final the other week?
Disappointing, big disappointment.
Yep.
Great occasion, but lost it.
And then a week later you turn around and beat St Helens. You'd have swapped the points in the Super League for the Cup now, sure?
Certainly would have done. I mean, it's a one-off occasion, so, you know, Wembley's Wembley. Everyone wants to win there.
Sure. You've had a really varied sporting career. I mean, you represented England and Great Britain at athletics, yeah?
A while ago now, but yes.
But not as people might suspect from a rugby winger at running.
No, I was always in the field. A bit of a jack of all trades.
You're a discus thrower, weren't you?
Discus thrower, a bit of shot putting as well.
And which did you represent the country at?
Both, actually.
Right.
Both discus and shot.
And how does one body combine strength events and sprinting?
I was a lightweight thrower.
I see.
So
why did you quit athletics?
Just an injury, to be honest, initially, and I only started playing rugby league because I was injured, and it sort of a bit of fun turned into something serious.
You've got a famous sporting brother, haven't you?
I have. He used to be my brother. Now I'm his brother.
Okay. Efan Ekoku's your brother, yeah?
That's right. Yeah.
And he was not. Was he an athlete as well, or we talk about the most multi-talented family in Britain?
Good all-rounder he is. I mean, we like to think that we can put our hands to most things.
And your other brothers are also active in sport as well, aren't they? There's a whole gang of you all good at it.
Yeah, four of us all involved at varying levels, and you know, sport's just a part of our life, really.
And you've excelled at 2 different field events, you're telling us, and rugby league and rugby union. If you could choose one sport to excel at in the world today, which one would it be?
I think it would still be athletics. I mean, I'm very, very happy with what I'm doing, and I'm enjoying it. I've got a great passion for it. But athletics would be my first. Football was my first love, but athletics, you know, would be my choosing.
You should have said heavyweight boxing. There's a load of old cash to be made on that. All right, then. We'll be talking to our guests very soon and taking all the calls that we need to do. First of all, we ought to look, I think, at tonight's football results. There aren't very many, but they're all very important. There's the Cup Winners' Cup final. The final's in Rotterdam, and a brilliant night for former England manager Bobby Robson as Barcelona beat Paris Saint-Germain 1-0 with a goal almost inevitably from the Brazilian World Footballer of the Year, Ronaldo. And now the domestic results. These are all divisional playoffs in Division 1. Less of a good thing for Bobby Robson, I'm sure, was watching out for this result. Sheffield United beat Ipswich on away goals to go through to the playoffs at Wembley against Crystal Palace, who put out Wolves despite losing 2-1 at Molineux. In the Division 2 playoffs, Brentford beat Bristol City 2-1 again to win 4-2 overall. Luton and Crewe drew 2-2, which I think puts Crewe through to the final, 3-4 in aggregate, and they play Brentford very soon at Wembley. And in the Division 3, Northampton and Cardiff. Northampton go through there, and a big win for Swansea, avoiding an all-Welsh playoff, which would have been a bit of a laugh, I think. So Northampton play Swansea for the right to play in Division 2 next season. OK, that's the guests, the business, the results and the kitchen sink. Now onto the stuff that really matters, your calls. And the first caller is Martin. Martin, where are you?
Hello, mate.
Hello.
Right, my question is, right?
Yep.
Why do we have the playoffs? Do you know what I mean? I'm a lifelong Wolverhampton supporter, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we went out tonight.
Yes.
Right, after a good match, I must say. What a corker.
Yeah.
But there's 3 promotion spots, right?
Yes.
So why do we have the playoffs? We came third, so we should have automatically gone up. My point is, why do we have the playoffs?
Well, we have the playoffs to stop Wolves going up, of course. It's the obvious answer.
Yeah. We're one of the best teams in the land, all right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's no secret the playoffs were there to add a bit of excitement to the end of the season, because if the top 3 just went up, sometimes the top 3 would be 15 points ahead of everybody else. There was just a huge gap in the middle of the league where teams' fixtures, rather like Spurs for the last 3 months, have been absolutely meaningless.
I think the playoffs, I've played in quite a few playoffs.
Yeah, with Swindon and...
Yeah, through all the divisions, really.
Yeah.
And it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to clubs in the lower leagues.
Absolutely.
Because we finished third the very first year of it. And we knew the rules from the start. We were a wee bit aggrieved. But if you were to think back before that, there was only 2 clubs used to get promoted before that. So you could go back in time for as long as you want. But it's the best thing that's happened.
It just meant that for fans and players alike, that from February onwards, there was just a whole raft of teams who had nothing to play for.
And with 3 points for a win as well. What a difference that's made.
Yeah.
You could be in the bottom half, and like Ipswich did, they had a great run from Christmas. Ended up in the playoffs and unfortunately went out tonight.
Yeah. Did they do it in rugby league?
Not at the moment, but there's going to be a playoff system at the end for the Premiership, and you know I think that in football it's been a good thing. I think that it's an added money spinner. They're extra games that no one minds playing because it involves promotion.
I suppose the obvious question, Martin, is not whether we should have them at all, whether they should be extended and have 6 or 8 teams playing off at the end of the season.
Yeah, but it's a long enough season as it goes, isn't it? It's 38 games, you know what I mean? That's a long season, isn't it?
Yeah, but I bet you there wasn't one person at any of those games tonight who would have said that they'd want to be somewhere else. Because I mean, the Radio 5 commentary, they couldn't even get in touch from the studio to the commentators because the noise that's being made at places like Molineux.
That's right, yeah, but you know, Molineux's always a sellout, you know what I mean? And
one last part of this, Martin. If Wolves had finished 4th, would you have thought differently about the playoffs?
Possibly, yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but we should have been promoted anyway, shouldn't we?
No, you didn't get enough points under the rules of the competition. Who's next? Ray, where are you?
I'm in Somerset, Danny.
OK, talk to us, Ray.
I think the Cup Winners' Cup final is absolutely pointless showing it to English viewers.
Why?
Because, well, I mean, there's no English players playing in it, so what's the point in showing it?
Well, you just taking the Barcelona team, you've got to see one of the best goalkeepers in the world in Victor Bayer, one of the best defenders in the world in Fernando Couto, and probably the best striker in the world, with all due respect to Newcastle fans, in Ronaldo. Isn't that enough? Free of charge as well, don't forget.
Yeah, but I mean, you look... oh, sorry, Colin.
Go on.
No, these things, the Cup Winners' Cup finals, it's an occasion, and I think most of them, even if no British clubs are involved, should be televised on probably BBC or ITV would be better.
Ray, isn't there a danger of your view meaning that we've just become incredibly insular about football on the continent, or say rugby league in Australia? I mean, it's only through these things being shown on Sky that we realise that the standard is so much higher. And I'm sure and I'm asking you, Abi, the influx of Australian and New Zealand players and coaches has raised the standard of rugby league in this country. We wouldn't have known about it unless we'd seen it on television.
It raises standards. I think if you're a fan of the game, then you always want to see quality football. And I think by showing those games is going to provide inspiration for everyone watching it.
I can't understand your complaint, Ray. I mean, it wasn't like it was even pay-per-view. It was free of charge. You don't have to watch it. And it was the two of the top teams in Europe.
Yeah, but personally, I think the playoffs would have been better to watch because I was falling asleep during the Barcelona-PSG game because it was that crap, basically.
No, there was definitely a marked contrast in styles in the two games.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can knock either of them.
No.
The passion was there in the English game, and there was an awful lot of skill in the Wolves game that I was watching. But to watch Barcelona and PSG tonight was marvellous for any youngster, I felt.
You've got to admire the subtleties of the game, and I think that games are played at different tempos and different countries play different ways, and it was a great game tonight.
All right, Ray, it's not a crime to fall asleep in front of the television. Who's next? Carl, where are you, man?
I'm in Ipswich.
Talk to us, Carl.
I'm a Wolverhampton Wanderers supporter here in Ipswich, so I've had a bad night all round.
You're a Wolves and Ipswich, and you live in Ipswich. Oh dear, yeah. Misery in your house, then.
My point is about none of that. It's about the fact that sports clubs are becoming public limited companies.
Yeah.
Now, the chairman of a sports club is supposed to care about the sports club itself. The chairman of a public limited company is supposed to care about the shareholders. Now, what is going to happen if people like, as is happening in America now, you've got Rupert Murdoch buying up football teams, he's buying up baseball teams. What happens if Rupert Murdoch then decides to buy two teams in the soccer leagues in Scotland, in England, in Germany, in Spain, in France? Then you've got a European Super League because he doesn't need to sell the television rights to anybody. What I'm worried about is the fact that clubs and fans have now become the lowest of the low. Once you become a member of something that's a public limited company, you are there to make a profit. And that is it, simple as. So what happens? What happens if the ground becomes worth more than the club? Do they sell the ground to make way for profit for the shareholders? Or do the fans come first?
Carl, you know, we're 10, 12, in Tottenham's case, 15 years down the line from these places, these clubs going public. I don't think you'll find Manchester United fans complaining about what's happened there since they started to go public, since Rupert Murdoch took over the financing of rugby league in this country. I'm sure Abi will tell you that things haven't got worse, they've got better. Of course there are dangers involved in it, because
rugby league is a year down the line.
We are a year down the line, so it can't be judged.
And football has been around far longer than Murdoch.
Yeah.
The television rights being worth money for rugby league, with no offence to rugby league, have only been worth anything in the last 2-3 years.
But I don't really understand what it is you're saying. I mean, you think that the clubs, if they don't become public limited companies, all right, they're
no. My worry is not about what will happen if they don't. My worry is what will happen to sports in general if every sport now becomes a public limited company to raise money, in theory.
All right, let me ask Colin. Colin has played, I think, both for sports clubs, FCs, and public limited companies. Any difference from your point of view?
Absolutely no difference. The only difference at playing with Tottenham Hotspur is that they're certainly bringing in a lot more money than all the other clubs they used to play for, Swindon and Mansfield. And that's only been because television has become involved in Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Carl, it would be a wonderful world if every club could be like Barcelona, a non-profit-making organisation which had 150,000 members.
That's the idea of a club.
Yeah, it will be wonderful, but it's not going to be like that, is it?
Well, I really wish that it would. That's the whole idea of a club. Why are public limited companies springing up all over? Aston Villa,
have Wolves become shareholding club?
No.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens to them in the future. Who's next, please? Murdo. Hello? Murdo.
Hello there, good evening.
Ah, I recognise that voice. You're Murdo McLeod.
Mackay, try again. Good evening, Colin. Good evening, Abi.
I'm doing very well.
Good evening, Murdo.
I'm getting names of clubs, countries and people wrong already. For those of you who weren't around when we had him on, Murdo is David Boost's agent and advisor, aren't you?
That's correct.
And you're coming on to tell us how the road to his testimonial is going, yes?
Yeah, it's going superbly well.
So
I mean,
when is it now?
The game's on Friday, at 8:45 kick-off, and the game's actually sold out completely.
So you don't have much drum banging to do tonight then, Murdo?
No, I don't have, which is quite a pleasurable thing, but it's quite interesting because I heard tonight in Coventry that the tickets were being touted. Can you believe that of a testimonial?
Which must be a first. Tell us who's playing, Murdo.
Well, Paul Gascoigne's playing, and Ali McCoist and Les Ferdinand are playing for Coventry. And we've also got a celebrity game, which we're all looking forward to. But I think the most important thing is that David's circumstances, I think they've followed it very closely. And I'm delighted for him, absolutely delighted.
And who counts as celebrities these days? Who's going to be playing, do you know?
Well, I think the biggest celebrity is David Bust.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing, actually. Colin, how are you doing?
Fine.
I think a year ago just now, Colin, we were on a training pitch in Largs, were we not?
Yeah, did you get your badge?
Well, I don't know if I got it. Yes, I did, actually. But I missed it this year, unfortunately.
Yeah, we were on a coaching course up in Scotland last year. We were preparing for Euro 96. And I started doing my Scottish coaching badge. And Murdo was on the same course, so...
Murdo was doing... Murdo, you're an agent. What are you doing in the coaching course?
Drumming up business. No, I'm not. no, actually, it was very enjoyable. I think it's a thing that people like myself need to learn as much as they can about the game, and that's the reason I was there. Very, very enjoyable week.
Listen, I don't think there's a single person in the whole country, having seen what happened to David, who wouldn't wish him and congratulate you for setting up what apparently is a total sellout of a testimonial. And if they're touting the tickets, that's pretty brilliant too.
Well, I think the thing is as well, Danny, I think it's the first... The tickets were actually sold out 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Well, 4 days before the game, actually, on Monday night. And when you think that 14,000 tickets were sold prior to Coventry's, they've done brilliant on Sunday.
Prior to Coventry playing their get-out-of-jail-free card at Tottenham, yeah.
I don't know, Colin would be too happy about that. But I'm delighted the part Spurs played, Colin.
Yeah, it's certainly worked out in David's favour. Coventry, the fans will be just dying to see their team again, probably.
Yep.
And
aren't Spurs just too kind, Colin?
Well, it was nice to see Alec Miller and Gary McAllister smiling at the end of the game.
All right, well,
no, can you see that, Colin?
Alec Miller, I've never seen him smile.
Murdo, best of luck with that on Friday.
Again,
I'm sure it goes for everybody in the country. Listen, there are more than just getting through on the phone here on Under the Moon. As you know, we've got our very famous and hugely populated website. We've also got a fax machine and a fancily named fax area where I think Tom is now.
Yeah, we've got faxes are coming through thick and fast as we speak. Don't forget you can fax us on 0171 222 8454. But as for the phone calls, we are looking for the best caller of the night because we all award that with the top prize. Now, the last week's winner was Fiona from Milton Keynes. Her phone call sounded something like this.
I'm picked to play in goal for my work team, right?
Picked or forced?
5'2", size 3 feet. Give us a tip.
Be confident. Believe in yourself.
Well, I do. Yeah, that's cool.
That's the best thing.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just be
Right.
confident. Just have total and the utmost belief that whatever you're going to do, that the ball's not going to go in the net. That's the only thing I can say. And you can turn yourself into 6 feet.
She wins this terrific caricature. It's of Damon Hill, and it's drawn by our caricatures at Faceache. And that will be speeding its way to you through the night. But don't worry, not in an Arrows car. Now, don't forget our competition. Who's best, Suggs or Bon Georgie? You decide. The fax number for that is 0171 222 8454. You get through to us on this, and also the web is www.channel4.com. As we're here by the fax machine, got a couple here. What do you call an Italian footballer with a rubber toe? Roberto Di Matteo. That's from Maria in Shepherd's Bush. And also, thank you very much. Hugely popular over there. And what's this one? Here's one to Under the Moon, and especially Colin Calderwood. You see Darren Anderton every day. What's up with him? Isn't it about time he stopped playing around like a pansy and played more than 3 games in a row without getting injured? And that is from Tony in Middlesex. So just before we hand back to you, Danny, I've got this in my hand. It's a Summer of Sport on Channel 4. A superb booklet, which could be yours. You have to write to us, get in touch, and if you need any more incentive to get hold of this booklet, look at that. One for the ladies. It's our very own gorgeous and luscious Danny Kelly. Back to you, Dan.
Yeah, and of course, framed versions of that photograph are available in the foyer. And in the style of all good cookery programmes, you can send away for a free copy of the booklet. Just send an A4 stamped and self-addressed envelope for the Summer of Sport, Channel 4, P.O. Box 444, Sunderland, SR4 6SN. That's Summer of Sport, Channel 4, P.O. Box 444, Sunderland, SR4 6SN. OK, we're fast approaching a break. There's loads more to come. For a start, we'll be meeting the man who invented this little lot. And Tom will be making a change from his usual thing of being beaten by women. This week, he's getting beaten by kids.
Oi! Get out of it! Go on, clear off!
And before all of that, we'll be having a veritable battle of the bands as part of the build-up to this Saturday's Cup final, yeah. Meanwhile, that autograph hunting fellow has got Rude Hullet in a spot of bother.
Rude Hullet's been arrested. Did you? He hit this guy, asked him for 5 autographs, right? 5 autographs, and Hullet didn't like it, and he hit him. It happened over there. I saw that he hit him with a bottle of orange squash like this, and he just punched him with it. Knocked him out. Poof. Poof.
Well, we have arrested Rude Hullet for his attack on the fan, and we're plainclothes police, obviously. We've arrested him.
You look like the old Dutch boss.
Yeah, I'm disguised as him, that's right.
Do you see this as a test case? Should anyone be expected to sign 5 autographs?
We're going to change the law in future. 1 autograph per person, you see. That should stop this happening again, I think.
Yeah, of course, the continuing genius of Alistair McGowan allows us to have guests like Rude Hullet on the show. OK, we're going back to the calls now. Who's next? It's Scott. Where are you, Scott?
I'm in Glasgow.
Talk to us, Scott.
I've got a really dreadful football song for you.
Right. You must tell us every detail before you sing it, leaving out none. Which one are you thinking about?
It's the Dundee Football Club song from about 5 years ago.
What, was it a cup final record?
Oh, I wish it was. But
oh, no, of course. No, it's Dundee, isn't it? So why did they make the record?
I think it was to replace an old record. The previous record was from the 60s. So they thought it's about time we got a new one out.
All right, and is it just the team, or is it somebody representing the team? Well, who is it by?
I think it's just by a Dundee group, and they're not very good.
What are they called?
I have no idea.
OK. Now, just to remind people, the reason why Scott is doing this is because it is the season for football records, and we're going to be seeing some fine examples of the genre as the show goes on. We want you to phone in if you can remember a particularly nasty version of any football song. If you can sing it, that's fantastic. If you've got it on hand, you can play it down the phone. That'll be even better. So what are you going to do, Scott?
I'm going to play it for you down the phone.
And what's it called?
It's called DFC, simply.
All right, then. Let's give it a whirl. Come on, then.
Here we go.
Oh, it's Calypso.
How's that for you then?
I think 2 things to be said about that. They always make out the professional footballers can't sing, but they're supposed to be a professional group, are they?
Yeah, I think that. Well, I don't know if they're professional, but
which just leaves us one question, Scott. Why is that record in your possession?
Well, because I'm a mad Dundee fan, of course.
And is it? And you'll excuse my ignorance. How have they done this year?
They missed out in the playoffs by 2 points.
See, I was right. They should extend the playoffs right down every division, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
OK, well, thanks very much for that. And if any of you else have got either memories of a song that you can actually sing to us or know a worse record than that, we're desperate to hear it. Who's next? Matthew. Matthew?
Hiya.
Where are you?
I'm in Farnborough.
Talk to us, Matthew.
My question's to Colin Calderwood.
Yeah.
And I've been playing semi-professional football for KVSC in the Cavellan Counties League. And the last 6 months we've lost about 8 of our players, and we've actually had to put our youth out twice, and that's for council games, and we've been fined for it twice. I know this has happened out throughout the non-league and league football side. My question is to you, how do you feel about Middlesbrough not playing their game and now trying to fight it in court?
First of all, are they trying to fight it in court?
Yeah, they are. Well, they did, and apparently they are now. I don't know how true it is because it was in the Sun, so...
Oh, well, I don't think it's gone to court yet, but the question does remain because since they've gone down by less than 3 points, it's a hot issue. How did people in the football world feel when Middlesbrough just didn't show up for the game?
Yeah, I felt. I think everyone feels that they've been punished and had to be punished some way. They've had 3 points taken off them, and I don't see any way they're going to get them back. At the end of the day, it has cost them promotion. It's a terrible fact that if they'd turned up and played the game,
they could have afforded to lose 7-0 and they would have still stayed in the Premiership.
That's right.
For once, Spurs occupied a moral high ground in something, don't they? Because whoever, went to the most important game of the season for us, the third-round cup tie at Old Trafford, and had to put out virtually a second team because you just don't not turn up, do you?
Are you going on about injuries again?
Yeah. Me and Jerry Francis, and that's nothing to do with the players. Is there any precedent for this in rugby?
No.
Somebody just not showing up?
Not that I can think of. I think every squad has contracted players. So whether they're youth team players or senior players, you've got to put them out. You've got to have faith in them. And I think that Middlesbrough dug their own grave.
OK, Matthew, what did you think about it?
I felt, I thought it was quite bad because, I mean, I'm playing non-league football, and I mean, fair enough, we're not playing for high amounts of money, but, we're still playing for passion and everything, and we have to play.
Yeah.
And, it's hard for us. I mean, we've been dicked 10, 11-0. And it's bad for us, but we still go out there and play. So
that's the verb to be dicked, is it?
Oh, sorry.
OK.
So, but, it's extremely
hard. I mean,
hard.
I'm sure we'll get somebody on from Middlesbrough who disagrees with this, but it seemed to me that there was a very bad decision taken at a very high level in Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Somebody, either at managerial or board level, decided they could get away with this, and it just wasn't on. It's cost them terribly, terribly dear. All right, we're going over now to Tom, who I think has got some stuff for us in the phone room. Tom.
That's right, I'm in the phone room. There's a picture of the phone, just to remind you what you need to do. 09900 44444. Got some faxes here, though, on 01712228454. Congratulations to Danny Wilson for his Managers Award and for steering the Reds up. Tough luck to Mark McGee. He says the Wolves should and Barnsley shouldn't go up. Who's sorry now? And a buy of the season, John Hendry, paid out so little for so much. Of course, that's a Barnsley fan, OJ Brent in Barnsley. Dear Under the Moon, worst foreign import has to be Carlton Palmer's cousin, Patrick Vieira. Surely this country has had enough of donkeys of its own. What's wrong with a good old E-or? What's wrome with a good old E-or? Who needs a good old E-er? I don't think you've constructed your joke quite correctly there, Rod, but never mind. Rod Long in Evesham. And finally, guys, forget the Techie Cup final song. What about the rash of snooker songs that infested the charts in the mid-80s? Forget Suggs and Bon Jordi. The red battle was between Snooker Loopy. Remember that? Snooker Loopy nuts are we? No? All right. And 147, That's My Idea of Heaven from Rocking Ray Reardon in Rochester. Oh, is that who the fax is supposed to be from, Rocking Ray Reardon? I think not. All right, on the subject of our competition, the phone in to decide who has got the best FA Cup final song. You can join in on that, www.channel4.com, www.channel4.com, or 0171 222 8454. Just to help you out, here is Chelsea's version of their FA Cup Finals song with Suggs. This is what it looks like.
Who's that, sorry? Some memories, albeit from the 70s, when Ozzy and Co restored our pride. Now we got hope and a team, and suddenly it's not a dream. We'll keep the blue flag flying high.
Well, there you have it, Chelsea's cup final record, the follow-up to Blue is the Colour in 1970, and the 1994 effort, Nothing Can Stop Us Now, brackets, unless Manchester United get about 4 goals in the replay. Now, the brains, if that's the right word behind it, is former lead singer with Madness and top pop star in his own right, Mr Suggs. How are you, Suggs?
Very well indeed, thank you,
Good,
Danny.
good. Why Chelsea?
Well, 27 years.
Uh-huh.
In fact, someone said to me today in the cab, a cab driver, but I think that's what they're called, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Those blokes at the front with the wheel.
Full of wisdom.
Yes.
Has a team ever gone down and won the FA Cup final? I said, but surely there's got to be a record for a team that hasn't won the cup final for 27 years, or had a popular music song in the charts for 27 years.
No.
So I heard the song and I liked it and I thought it was good. But I was just saying to you before the break, in the New Musical Express, the popular music
popular music publication, yes.
We both used to buy as teenagers. It did say today, and it mentions Ozzy Ardiles. I'm sure they were joking.
The Ozzy you're mentioning in the song is Peter Osgood, no doubt.
We have our memories, albeit from the 70s, when Ozzy and co restored our pride.
And
no, it wasn't Ozzy Ardiles.
No.
Restoring the pride for Chelsea.
If I was still in charge of the enemy, that wouldn't have got through, I can absolutely assure you.
No, if you were still in charge of the enemy, it would be Ozzy Ardiles.
Yes, it would. He'd be on the cover still. He'd still be on the cover. Tell me how you got involved with the record. You half started to tell me there.
I did. We got to the semi-final last season. We lost to Manchester United again. And this year, when we were playing Middlesbrough in the Middlesbrough in the final. When we were playing Wimbledon.
Pay attention, boy, to yourself. Come on.
Okay, we'll start again. Wimbledon in the semi-finals. I had a feeling that we were going to win, and there was all that talk of Chelsea having their name on the cup, which is always disastrous, isn't it?
Yeah.
But a record came into a song came into Warner Brothers, which is the record label of which I'm signed to. And I thought it was a good song. And it was the kind of song, even if it didn't have the Chelsea in the chorus, I thought I wouldn't mind recording.
Okay.
Okay, how am I doing?
So far, so good.
Good. I've memorised most of the press release.
We had the traditional video there of the pop star at the front with all the players swaying rather drunkenly from side to side.
Yes.
Did they enjoy doing it?
They enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. Not as much as I did.
Who enjoyed it most?
I think Dennis Wise enjoyed it most.
Why is it that Dennis enjoys most everything more than other Chelsea players? Now, I must ask you as well, that recording session there, had cold drinks been taken?
Cold drinks had been, but unfortunately I'd taken most of them. Because there was a certain amount of beer for the players to relax with. Unfortunately, I was relaxing for everybody at that point.
Yeah, you relax for your country. That's a
But I must say, for the first time in my life, I felt jealous standing next to someone who was 3 or 4 feet shorter than me. And it wasn't Dennis Wise, it was Zola. It was Zola.
Now, what in God's name made you think that you could make a good football record?
Well, when I heard the song, I thought, it's not a bad song. And it was from a fan's perspective.
Yep.
It's kind of got lines like, you know, we'll have a moan and we'll have a drink and hope that things get a bit better. And I like the idea that it was from a fan's perspective, yeah.
I'll come back to you in a second. Colin, have you ever had to make a football record?
No, definitely not a cup final one anyway.
No, you've never been nowhere near the bloody cup
final. We did one with Scotland last year for Euro '96.
And did you sway from side to side in the video?
We didn't, no. I don't think we even got it on the video.
No?
In bits and pieces.
Who was that made?
It was made with Rod Stewart.
Oh, yeah?
And it all went to Chelsea.
Rod Stewart's songs, they're always going to bring the cup back, weren't they?
Yeah.
Did you do a cup final record with Bradford this year?
No, they did one last year. I wasn't there last year, but no new one this year.
Terrible blow. What a terrible blow.
But at least they don't have flared safari suits. And they do take the headphones off now in the videos.
Yes, they do. Yeah. Have you got a favourite football record prior to this one, Suggs?
Of course, blue is the colour. Do you remember it?
Yes, of course I do. Football is the game.
That techno hit.
We're all together, and winning is our game, the Chelsea thing. I'm going to ask you a football question now. How do you think Middlesbrough are going to approach the final on Saturday?
All out, I should imagine.
You think so?
Ravanelli running up and down, stretchered up and down.
Not according to CFAX. Do you think they're going to have a problem getting themselves together for the cup final, having gone down?
No, I think everything's in Chelsea's favour, and the cup being the cup, I feel it's going to go to Middlesbrough.
You heard him earlier on saying that he thinks Borough will win, didn't you?
Yeah, well, fair enough. That's, you know, I think it's a big pitch, that Wembley, isn't it?
Right.
But I think the only problem Middlesbrough have got is getting past Alex Ferguson onto the pitch.
All right.
Getting Juninho past Alex Ferguson and actually
he'll be herding Juninho and Ravanelli into a separate area, won't he? Don't get injured, lads, he'll be saying to them.
You got a big season there.
All right, I think. Well, let's go back to the cause. Hang on. Have you had enough of a plug now for your record, do you think?
That'll do, I think.
That'll do for now. Perhaps we'll come back to it later.
Indeed.
Who's the next caller, please? Martin. Martin, where are you ringing from?
From Scarborough.
I'm sorry, you appear to be ringing from a very deep valley somewhere. Can you start again, please?
I'm ringing from Scarborough.
Lovely. Talk to us now, please.
Yeah, I just wonder what you were thinking about all the fuss that's been in the papers about the Chelsea players charging for interviews.
All right, I know what I think about it, so I'll start from the top. I think they're greedy swine. That's what I think about it. Greedy bastards, a lot of them. £12,000 to talk to a footballer. It doesn't cost... But that's why they're not on here, I can assure you. Colin has not charged me 12 grand, I can absolutely assure you. It seems to me that they're fantastically well paid now, probably with the exception of Scott Minto, I don't know.
That's where the pop game's gone wrong, isn't it? Really? It is, really.
Pop stars from Eric Clapton down do interviews for nothing, don't they?
They do.
They do.
But
why should football be any different?
They're better dressed.
They want the publicity.
What, and you don't?
I don't think footballers want the publicity. Honestly.
All right, so you don't do any publicity, and soon you're playing in front of 4 people, yeah?
Oh, I think there's a lot written in the papers about you, or about footballers that they obviously turn their nose up. You don't like to read some of the rubbish that's written. So if they've got an opportunity to charge them and the papers are desperate to speak to them, fair play to them.
The News of the World is one thing, but there's also there's
no,
local papers.
All sports pages.
What do you think? What do you think about the fact that there's top 4 players, Zola, Vialli, 1 or 2 others, are 12 grand, and there's a sliding scale? How would you feel if I don't know, for Darren Anderson, it was 12 grand and it was 400 quid to talk to you? How do you think you feel about that?
Well, it's all. They've obviously decided to club in. It's all into one pool.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. I'd rather they interview Dan Anderton than me.
Okay. This doesn't happen in rugby league. Rugby league, to be fair, is I guess the most publicity-conscious sport in the country. They're very, very keen to present certain kind of out. You might say that's because they have to be, but they are incredibly keen to do all kinds of publicity stuff.
I think until recently they've had to be, because they're looking to expand the sport consistently. But I think that players charging for interviews is a limit. And, you know, you charge for interviews for features, but certainly for interviews to promote the cup final, which is, as you say, a people's game, then, no, I think it's a bit harsh.
Martin, what do you think about it?
I think they just, well, you can't blame them for cashing in on the cup final. I mean, everyone else is doing it. You've only got to look at the tickets that come onto the black market. They've got to come from somewhere.
So you approve of it, in fact?
I don't disapprove.
No?
I mean, if Spibs are charging 500 quid for a ticket for the cup final, that's come from a football association, referees association, or another club.
Or one of the competing teams.
Or, yeah, a player.
Yeah, possibly.
And so it's everyone cashing in, isn't it? Because the cup final should be for the fans, and it isn't, because you've got, what, 22,000 tickets that are spread about for people who don't deserve to be there.
Chelsea fans.
I suppose go on.
If no one wants to pay,
yes,
then players are still going to talk about it.
That's the question I was going to ask Colin. What if the papers didn't pay up?
I don't think they would talk to papers, and it wouldn't bother them too much.
You sit around playing cards and...
It wouldn't bother them.
Relaxing as
they would still talk about the cup final.
Yeah.
But they want the players' insight, so I feel they're entitled to pay.
Do they get a lot of insight for their 12 grand, do you think?
Well, I think they should do.
They don't, though. They get a lot of course, we hope to do very well on the day, etc., etc., etc. All right, the next caller is Leonie. Leonie, where are you?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hi. This is for Abby. I just wanted to say that I think you're really gorgeous. I want to know if you're married, and I'm not really like a rugby fan, but whenever I know you're one, I always watch it.
All right.
You're so handsome and gorgeous.
Questions in order. The questions in order. Do you know you're handsome and gorgeous?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's very decent of her, isn't it?
Thank you very much.
Are you married?
I'm not married. I'm happily...
Have you got a girlfriend?
I certainly do. I certainly do. Very happy at the moment.
Leonie, what are you doing up watching a sports programme this time of night if you've not got a sports question for us?
No, that's because I knew he was going to be on it.
Oh, I see.
And I just had to stay up and watch. I think he's so hunky.
Yeah. How did you know that if you don't follow rugby?
How did I know what?
How did you know that he was a hunk if you don't follow rugby?
Because I've like seen him in the papers and stuff like that, and like my brother's magazines and that.
He's paid this girl, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Husky-voiced girl.
He's paid her £12,000 for on television to say this.
He did pay me.
I'll tell you what, in all due respect, with a voice like that, he wouldn't have to pay you much, would he? That's a very, I mean, if we're going to be paying compliments, that's a very, very sexy voice here at this time of night.
This is the sort of publicity rugby league is looking for, you
Yes,
see.
it is.
That's
it is.
it.
And we're making a holy show of the rest of us. Thanks very much. All right, listen, before we get into any more of that sort of stuff, and I'm sure that phone call will be continuing backstage as we go on, we've got something else to show you now. This is the rival to Suggs' no doubt smash hit record. This is a rival record, and Tom has the group over there in the team dock with him. Tom.
If you're just tuning in, you're tuned to Sporting Dateline, and the battle of the bands continue. You've seen Suggs' effort there. On the facts, you can decide what you think is the best. 0171 222 8454. That or this. Bon Jordi. Hello, how you doing? Now you must be Bon Jordi himself.
That's right, we are, yes.
Tonight on Under the Moon, Danny McCoy is Bon Jordi.
That's right, yep.
So, and now we've had a lot of trouble with the borough. They got heavy with us, saying that they didn't want you on because you're not the official band for the FA Cup final.
Oh, really? Well, I approached Middlesbrough Football Club to actually do the song, but they said they had their own, so just let them get on with it. And I decided to go along with it anyway, as I've been a big Borough fan all my life, so I just carry on, do my own thing.
Now, you're all Borough fans. Whereabouts are you from? You're from... I'm from Gateshead. That's Newcastle then, isn't it? And you are?
Sunderland.
Fantastic. And yes, you shut up. And you are?
Gateshead.
So it's sort of two Gateshead, one Bury, all from the northeast. You're from?
Wales.
Excellent. Good. So now we spoke to the Middlesbrough Football Club, and they said that it would piss the fans off you coming on not as the official record. What do you think to that?
Well, I said we do our own thing, you know, being a Bon Jovi tribute band. A lot of people think, why, if you're from Middlesbrough, why Bon Jovi? Well, Bon Borough didn't sound very good, and Bon Mackham certainly didn't sound very good. So
that makes sense to me. You gig all over the northeast, I take it.
Absolutely, yeah. And the great response to this particular song, you know, we go all over the northeast, and they go wild, don't they?
When did you write? When did you write it?
We wrote it just after the Chesterfield game. Dave Black, an old-time singer, you know, he helped us to sing it, write it with us and everything. And it was just after the Chesterfield game, actually.
Right, the Chesterfield game. As you know, I do support Sunderland. I'm a professional Mackham. I'm also from Chesterfield, so give me one good reason why I shouldn't punch you in the face right now.
Well, one good reason is because I'm from the borough, I'm bigger than you. And another reason is I've got 4 guys behind us here.
Two very good reasons. Well, we'll give you a chance to decide which is your favourite song. Don't forget you can fact us about that on 0171 222 8454, or fact us about any sporting issue tonight, or get on the web, www.channel4.com. Are you ready, lads? Let's find out what's best, yours or Suggs?
Now is the time the borough's gone to Wembley. 1 pass, 2 pass to Ravenelli. Rollo's army will always stand there. The Riverside Roar will always be there. We're gonna win the cup and bring it back home. Borough's gone to Wembley. We're gone to Wembley. We're gonna win the cup. We're gonna win it with pride. Borough's gone to Wembley. We're gone to Wembley. We'll bring the cup back to the Riverside. We've got Roberts, Blackmore, Pearce and Vesta. When we win the cup, we'll have a fiesta. Musto and Hickman will put on a show. Emerson and Becky, little Janino. We're gonna bring the cup to the Riverside. Borough's gone to Wembley. We're gone to Wembley. We're gonna win the cup. We're gonna win it with pride. Borough's gone to Wembley. We're gone to Wembley. We'll bring the cup back to the Riverside. Borough's gone to Wembley. We're gone to Wembley.
It's in from Festa. And in this epic FA Cup semi-final, Middlesbrough are in front for the first time.
Zola. That's a lovely little ball by Zola. Well placed in the middle is Burley, and it comes to Hughes. Chelsea take the lead 3 minutes before half-time.
Sorry, so I've got to ask you 2 more questions now that we've seen Bon Jovi's effort. First of all, isn't the football record the last scoundrel of the washed-up pop star? I thought Colin.
Listen, I won't have another word of this.
Colin told me to ask you that during the break.
I am single of the week in the New Musical Express this week.
Even though I don't understand the lyrics. What other?
We've got some memories, albeit from the 70s. Ozzy Ardiles restored our pride. How dare you say they don't know anything about football.
All right, what about Bon Jovi's record? Better than yours, you reckon?
I reckon it's core. 4.5 out of 7.
Yeah?
For effort.
It's 4.5 out of 7, all right then, very...
No, it's not bad at all.
OK, and what they were priming you backstage before we came on. What else are you supposed to say about them? Come on, you promised them you would.
No, I'm not going to say the rest of it. But what I did like is it was from a fan's perspective, which is what I'm into.
This is your phrase.
Like that?
All right, yeah. The next caller is James. James, what do you got to say?
Danny, we're calling from Bristol. It's Phil and James.
Right.
And we've just got now the classic track that we know you've always wanted to listen to. It's an old Bristol Ravers song from 1974.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
And it's sung by Rod Hull and Emu.
Yes.
And we just know you want to listen to it.
What's it called?
It's a Bristol Ravers anthem.
All right then.
Here you go, Danny.
All right.
All the best.
Thanks, man.
It's not a shopping bag, it's my Emu. Come on, Bristol Ravers, let's hear you. Singing Bristol Rovers all the way. Singing Bristol Rovers all the way. Singing Bristol Rovers.
Not enough emu, I'm saying.
No.
Come on, emu. You might, I'm trying to watch the match. In the middle of the match. He's an emu, and he's dressed in blue and white. And he dreams of Bristol Rovers day and night. Down at Eastville you can find him, with the Rovers fans behind him, and they're singing out this song with all their might. Come on, Bristol Rovers! Singing Bristol Rovers.
All right. I think we get the picture now. Of course, there is a school of thought which might suggest that this whole thing about football songs from the past